Tango, a dance of passion, a music of longing, a sound that echoes through the streets of Buenos Aires. But there was one man who dared to change it all. He took tango, tore it apart, and rebuilt it into something new, something revolutionary. This is the story of Astor Piazzolla. Born in 1921 in Mar del Plata, Argentina, Piazzolla spent much of his childhood in New York City. His father gave him a bandoneon, but the streets of New York City gave him jazz, classical music, and a rebellious spirit.
This was invented in 1854 in Germany to play religious music, church music. They didn't have any money to buy an organ or a harmonium, and they invented this. It used to be called bandoneon. And I understand that very many sailors play this instrument when they are on board. And that's the reason how it got to Argentina. And they start playing this instrument in the whorehouses. But the Italian accordion players quickly adapted this instrument to play tango because it had a very sad sound. It had like a velvet sound. The accordion has like a happy sound, and this instrument has really nothing happy in it.
He grew up listening to Duke Ellington and Bach in equal measure, setting the stage for his future revolution. At just 13 years old, Piazzolla met the great tango singer Carlos Gardel.
Suave vino el parpadeo de las luces que a lo lejos van marcando mi retorno. Son las mismas que alumbraron con sus pálidos reflejos hondas horas de dolor. Y aunque no quise el regreso, siempre se vuelve al primer amor.
He was even invited to tour with him, but fate had other plans. Gardel and his band tragically died in a plane crash in 1935. Piazzolla, spared by chance, had a different destiny to fulfill. In 1939, at just 18 years old, Piazzolla joined Aníbal Troilo's Orquesta Típica as a bandoneon player. This was a pivotal moment in Piazzolla's musical development. Troilo was a deeply respected figure in the world of tango, known for his emotive phrasing and expressive playing style. Working in Troilo's orchestra gave Piazzolla first-hand experience with the traditions of tango, as well as an opportunity to refine his compositional skills. However, even in his early years with Troilo, Piazzolla's more experimental tendencies began to surface. He introduced complex harmonies and arrangements that clash with the expectations of traditional tango musicians. At one point, Troilo even had to tell Piazzolla to simplify his orchestrations, fearing that they were too elaborate for dancers to follow. Eventually, Piazzolla's ambition outgrew Troilo's orchestra. He wanted to push tango beyond the constraints of the dance floor and into the realm of concert music. In 1944, Piazzolla left Troilo's group to form his own orchestra, embracing a more progressive approach. This departure marked the beginning of his journey towards Nuevo Tango. However, his innovations were met with resistance from Argentina.
Ellos pensaban un poco más en el tango antiguo, en el tango tradicional, el tango clásico que todo el mundo conocía. Yo creo que con Astor Piazzolla se han llevado una gran sorpresa.
Feeling constrained, he turned to classical music, studying composition under Alberto Ginastera and analyzing works by Stravinsky, Bartók, and Ravel. He even won a prestigious composition contest in Buenos Aires in 1953, with his piece Buenos Aires Symphony, which featured his bandoneon, an unusual addition for a symphonic work. Encouraged by this success, Piazzolla moved to Paris in 1954 to study with Nadia Boulanger, one of the most renowned composition teachers of the 20th century. At that time, he had almost abandoned tango entirely, aiming to become a serious classical composer. He presented her with his neoclassical compositions, but she found them to be emotionally hollow. Then came the moment that changed his life. Boulanger asked him about his past, and he reluctantly admitted that he played the bandoneon and wrote tangos. When he played one of his tango compositions for her, most likely Triunfal, she immediately recognized his true artistic voice. Boulanger's words were decisive.
Nos vamos a Francia, me acompaña mamá a Francia y me voy a estudiar allá. No pensaba ni en comer, ni en tomar, ni en ver cine, ni ver teatro, nada. Lo único que hice era estudiar. Tenía mi vista, todo mi ser puesto en una sola cosa, que era la música, aprender y explotar. Me llevé el bandoneón. Pues ocurre la famosa anécdota de Nadia Boulanger que escucho las obras sinfónicas mías y me dice, ¿dónde está Piazzolla? Ahí me mató. Entonces, claro, ¿dónde está Piazzolla? Porque sinfónico, muy bien como sinfónico, pero yo quiero conocer Piazzolla y yo toco un tango en el piano y me dice, esto es Piazzolla. Sí, lo otro no. Entonces volví a agarrar bandoneón y ahí no paré más.
This moment shattered Piazzolla's self-doubt. He realized that his path was not in abandoning tango, but in transforming it. With Boulanger's encouragement, he fully embraced the fusion of tango with classical counterpoint, jazz harmonies, and avant-garde techniques. This gave birth to Nuevo tango. With this newfound confidence, Piazzolla returned to Argentina and turned the tango world upside down. Astor Piazzolla faced intense criticism from traditionalists who believed he was destroying the essence of tango. Many saw his complex harmonies, dissonances, and jazz influences as a betrayal of Argentina's musical heritage.
La música de Piazzolla tiene los ojos, la nariz y la boca de su abuelo, que es el tango. Todo lo demás es de Piazzolla. Eso es absolutamente cierto porque la raíz de mi música es tanguera y lo que pasa es que no es ningún pecado evolucionar. Yo he evolucionado desde 1940 que estoy tratando de cambiar, pero algunos creen que es un pecado y además no he cambiado mi música. Es decir, mi música es la música de Buenos Aires hoy, mañana y la será siempre.
In the 1950s and 60s, purists dismissed his work as not real tango, and some even accused him of turning tango into something elitist and overly intellectual. But the whole world was listening. His music broke free. Libertango was the anthem of a new era. Adios Nonino was his heartbreak in a melody, a farewell to his father. Oblivion was a melancholic dream. Four Seasons of Buenos Aires was his answer to Vivaldi, tango reinvented with Baroque precision. In 1975, when Aníbal Troilo passed away, Piazzolla composed his Suite Troiliana in his honor. The suite consists of 4 movements, each reflecting a different aspect of Troilo's life and music. It is one of Piazzolla's most personal works. Though he had long departed from traditional tango, this composition was a heartfelt acknowledgement of Troilo's influence on his life and career. It was Piazzolla's way of saying farewell to a mentor who, despite their differences, had shaped his journey in profound ways. Today, Astor Piazzolla's name stands among the greatest. His reinvention of tango laid the foundation for modern artists like Gotan Project and Bajo Fondo, who infused tango with electronic beats, and composers and musicians like Yo-Yo Ma and Gary Burton, who used his harmonies in jazz and classical music. His influence reaches beyond tango. His music has been sampled in hip-hop, adapted into film scores, and studied by countless classical musicians. Piazzolla didn't just change tango, he made it timeless. Tango was never the same after him, and neither were we.